think that just changing the bars is quite straightforward and quick, but actually that was actually one of the longest kind of bits of the build. It took a while to get from start to finish on that. So I guess the first part of that is that everything's on quite firmly and they're all held on by these bar ends on the OEM. So what did we have to do to get rid of them?
So the OEM bar ends, they have a Phillips head in the end that's kind of lying to you a little bit about how you can get them out. A lot of the time, the only way to get them out, you've got to pull the grips back and you'll have two tags, one on the top side and the lower side of the bars. You just need to punch these through with a small mallet. You don't need to hit them too hard. They're very soft, sort of thin tags. And it's just a case of pulling it out once you've done that.
Yeah. So it's not just a simple unscrew.
No, you could spend a lot of time trying to unscrew that, but all you need to do is push the grip up, hit the two tags, and that can be quite a quick job once you know what you're doing.
So then we had to get the grips off, and in the past I've used WD-40 and people use hairspray and stuff, but you had a different approach.
Yeah, so for the grips on the Honda and for every other bike, what I do is get an airline, and you can break the seal of the glue, get the airline unit into the actual grip and expand it, pump a load of air in and hold the grip at the far end, and the grip will expand and you can slide it off really easily.
I mean, that was a great tip. I noticed that the controls don't peel out. We had to undo them.
Yeah, a lot of bikes, they come off. On the Honda, they actually just come apart like that. To get all the bar controls off, you actually need to take the bars out and sort of do a motion like that. You haven't got enough length on the cables to take them all off in one go. They're held in by a small pin, a 6mm pin that goes into a pre-cut hole on the OEM bar. So you do, on whichever bar you're going to use, you have to redo that hole. And that's just a security measure to stop the bar controls sort of rotating under any pressure. That's obviously really important for the throttle side, the left side not so much, but it's a good measure to have. You
used the OEM bars to figure out where to put the holes on the new bars.
Yeah.
So first of all, what bars were we putting back on?
So we're using Pro Taper. They're the Pastrana/ATV bend. They're a new bar for us, but they're very similar to ones that we've been using previously. And like you said, one of the easiest ways to do it is by measuring the hole distance on the OEM bars to the end of the bar grip. You actually have to plus 5mm, just because of how they're set up out the factory. So you're looking for that distance plus 5mm, and that will be the centre hole for your new security mount.
Okay.
The rotation angle, however, is quite important. So the easiest way to do that is lay both bars down flat, so you've got the bend coming up, and do it by eye. That's the only real way to sort of do it.
Okay. And then it was as simple as just reinstalling those into the triple clamp, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. You put the bars and the bar controls, so you put the bar controls onto the bars before you put them in triple clamps for the same reason as we did with taking them off, and then just drop them in the top clamp, and that was about job done.
We changed the OEM levers as well. So what did we put on, and the protection that we put on as well?
So we took the OEM levers out. There's no adjustment on the OEM levers. They're fairly long, so they do foul a lot of hand guards. The ones we use, we don't make ourselves, but we buy, and we're very happy with the quality of them. And they have a 6-stage positioning system, so you've got 6 different positions from sort of very close to quite far away, depending on how big your hands are and your sort of terrain you're riding, how much control you need. And they're quite a bit shorter as well, which gives you sort of one finger braking and clutch control, which is reducing fatigue.
I really like that one.
Yeah, it's a nice addition. Yeah. And they look great on the bike. They're nice quality levers.
Yeah, especially if you're coming from an off-road background where one finger gear and brakes are kind of more standard.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said to me this is your first bike with a cable clutch, so yeah. You might be 2-finger clutching for a while.
I don't know what you're saying. And then we used bark busters, and again, putting those bark busters on, there was a lot of fiddling at the end to get everything positioned right. So I guess easily put aside an hour for that whole process, and possibly even more depending how much fiddling you need to do.
In terms of in time, the controls can be a real snagging point in the build. You can run into lots of little issues that maybe you didn't foresee, and it all depends on sort of your own setup of what bars you're using, your bike, and the lever sort of positioning as well. But once you're there, it's a nice looking setup.
Yeah, and it feels great.
Yeah.
It feels great.